All right, everyone. Welcome again to another CGO video interview series. I have Chris Epi something, whatever his last name is. How do you pronounce that, Epi?
It's König.
König.
Yeah.
All right. So we have Epi here. You guys should know who he is. He's a top A.V.A player. He also does video editing on YouTube. Um, so welcome, Epi, to the show.
Thanks.
So a lot to go over here. I mean, you've had quite an extensive history within A.V.A. I believe you started in 2009 or 2010.
Yeah, I started the game pre-release when it was in beta for Europe. I started the game.
Uh, so why did you start playing AVA? Like, were you playing some other game, or did you just start playing AVA out of the blue?
Yeah, to be honest, I was a big World of Warcraft guy, and I just thought myself, okay, just try something different. And the first game I found was AVA, and somehow I stuck to the game, and now it's more than 6 years, I think, to play this game. So it was a little bit luck that I really got this game, but yeah, I stopped instantly playing World of Warcraft and only putting my time in AWA with friends, and yeah, somehow it worked in the end out for me. Yeah.
And did you like start quitting all the other games as soon as you started playing AVA, or were you like a pub star for the first year or so?
I never really play many games at the same time.
Mm.
So I stopped World of Warcraft and then didn't have any other game either. So yeah, AWA was the only game. 2, 3 years later, I just started CS:GO just as a game because the CS:GO came out and I wanted to test it, but it was not my main game. So
Hmm.
just playing a little bit around.
And so when you were playing AVA, you went from, did you immediately go and play on a team, or were you just like on your own for a while and just messing around?
No, I took 3, 4 guys from World of Warcraft with me, and we just played it. All German guys, but two of them just instantly quit because the game lagged, and
Mm.
they really liked more Counter Strike. One guy is still with me, but he's not playing that active anymore. And yeah, like we started the clan Epic Gaming. Was pretty much a noob clan, I would say. But yeah, well, only one guy is with me now anymore, and yeah, then we stopped as a team, and I joined some random Germans.
Yeah, so when you first started playing the game, did you guys like the game, or were you playing because the NA side of this game had like all these cash tournaments at the time? Like did you like the game or?
We were pretty surprised what DEFCON did pretty early to the Asian
Hmm.
scene, and we thought, okay, when they can do it, why not we? And so we were pretty impressed. Um, but we didn't know at the point that there were already good players in other games. So we just, okay, when randoms can do it, maybe we can do it as well. And we put a much effort in to improve, but in the end, everyone gave up except me of my group we had. So yeah, it was pretty soon over, this hype we got.
So your goal was to like come first in these cash leagues, but then you guys kind of like underperformed, didn't even come top 16, or were you top 8? Like where were you guys placing?
Surprisingly, we were always top five, I would say, but there were only two good teams, so
Yeah.
it was not hard to be top five. We always got wrecked by Reves 7 Esport, I think. Do you remember that clan?
Yeah,
Reves
Revo
7?
7, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we
Uh,
always got wrecked by them, but in the end, one of the players joined us, and we made a good team. So yeah, it was a big history I got from teams. I think you saw that as well,
yeah.
but I got much experience above it.
And you were playing this team, and it was very, sorry, you were playing this game, and it was very NA centric. Like I think NA teams outnumbered EU teams 3 or even 4 to 1 at that time. Why did your team keep playing, especially when I don't think there was an EU server for like the first 8 months of the game? From your perspective, why would you keep playing this game?
I don't know. I mean, I tested Counter-Strike as well, and it wasn't go out at the moment, only the beta, and it was from the graphic okay. The gameplay was pretty funny, and I don't think it was much about the game. It was much about the players. It's funny to play. The modes are funny, like Convoy. We played a lot of
Yeah.
Convoy, and we spent hours to play Convoy. It was just funny, and we said, okay, just play it just for fun, and in the end, we came to Demolition, we came to ESL, and it was just a street which we followed
Hmm.
because we got so much support in the beginning, and yeah, it was so funny to play in the beginning, and then we tried to contest with others.
Yeah, and that pretty much is what transitioned you from 2011 to 2012 is participating on ESL, because that's when like we got to see your name a lot more, like on MyRevenge and Wildplay, I think. You just played all these ESL Cups in that 2012 year. Uh, Basically, like how did you go from being on this team of all your friends and kind of trying to get first and whatever in these cash leagues to playing in ESL where it's just virtual prizes, but there is this ISF qualifier each year. Like, how did you transition to that player in 2012?
In the beginning, we tried to compete against other teams who try to go to ISF, but when we met guys like Kroon, I mean Kier, the team player of me, he was in Rebel 7 esporter as well, I think, but he just showed us that we are not even close to a good level to be a pro, and then so we gave that up very early and just tried to play ESL tournaments to improve ourselves. But 2010 until 2012, it wasn't the year of LANs we would
Yeah.
to take part. It was just to improve, 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 and so many guys gave up in my team, and we started with wild play. It was four guys of Germany with yeah, Russia background, and it was me. So it was a complete German clan, and we were pretty successful there, I would say. I mean, we were the first clan who were able to beat crackheads on some maps, and we improved a lot against them. But in the end, the team couldn't stay anymore because some yeah communication issues between us.
Yeah.
But that was the point when I realized you can't be one of the best in the game when you always still stay together with Germans. So I just left the whole German community.
Yeah, you did. Well, I think that actually happened because the AIC EU qualifier of that year, you guys didn't even get out of the EU qualifier to get to the playoff qualifier. You guys, first round, I think you may have lost to someone? Or was it second round? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember, but it doesn't matter. First or
Yeah.
second, this puts the mentality pretty down, and
Yeah.
you didn't have any trust anymore in your team and what you do, so you just stopped it and tried to find another way. And in the end, I just decided, okay, leave the community, the German community behind you, and try to improve yourself with players like Kroon. He
Hmm.
showed me a lot.
Yeah, so pretty much I think the end of 2012 and early 2013 is when you joined Reeves, right?
Yeah.
Who was the Reeves lineup? Because this was actually one of the more historic teams that we've witnessed so far in AVA.
Reeves was a plan of Gravity. Gravity is a Croatian player who is now playing Skill, I mean Special Force 2,
Yeah.
and he is in the best team in the world, surprisingly. And he was our leader. He put his friends together like Kroon, known as Surreal to this time. It was a guy from BIT, from the Belgium international team. It was PP, Jetty
Yeah.
Bugger,
Yeah.
was it? And it was me, of course. We got these three guys. Then we got Cibolet, now leader of one of the best Europe teams, Celsius. That was pretty much the lineup. Yeah, and we got individual skills, but I think the team play in the end was not the best. And to be honest, in the finals of the AIC, Kia did the most job. But yeah, we were happy as a team and we had a good run in the beginning.
Yeah. So Reeves, I mean, Reeves came about when there were these other teams. Crackheads had, uh, we don't really know how good Crackheads was at the time, as they'd only been around for a year. But Crackers was there. Some Fidelity just formed with some of those Finnish players. There was also the Caprice slash Celsia team that had Timmy Perna was on that team with some people who I don't remember. People didn't really know like who the best teams were in Europe at the time. This is when NA was starting to die off, and it was the time of EU. Did you guys think you guys were this top team heading into 2013, or did you guys still think, well, there's Crackheads and there's this Semper Fidelity team, or maybe we're third, maybe we're fourth, or what did you think?
Our first ESL tournament went pretty good. I mean, we came into the grand finals and we just won against Crackheads, I would say very easily
Hmm.
because Yeah, we had a 7-2 score and a 7-3 or 7-4 score. It was pretty surprisingly, and we could continue this, I think, for 2 more months. But in the end, Crickets came back, and it was really hard to get back into the grand final. Simba Fidelity improved and had Taz as scope then, and they got strong Finnish players. I think it was the best time of AVA, competitive AVA, because there are so many good teams.
Yeah.
Nobody could say who's the best, I would say. But it was really hard, and in the end, we only concentrated for 2014 for the
Yeah.
offline qualifier.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, 2013, I mean, AIC was pretty much over, and then the only thing to look forward to was ISF. And you left Reeves to play on the German team, like so. You even though you said that you left the German community, you went back to the German community, in this year for the ISF qualifier. Um, was what was the German lineup? Was it the same lineup you had been playing with before in 2012, or was it new?
It was pretty much the same, yeah. I mean, one guy of the German lineup from Wildplay back in the days wasn't able to play anymore because of some private reason, but we only replaced one. But to be honest, I don't know which guy it was, but he wasn't stronger than before. He
Hmm.
was, I would say. But yeah, it was a big up and down. I mean, you started something, then you try to get the spot, then you get disappointed, then nobody is speaking to anybody anymore because the team is down, and then you go back to the basics, and it's my basic are of course Germans, and I always was in contact with some Germans, but never wanted to make a team anymore. And then it was just a fun team, which take part on ESL again, and then it just repeat the complete story, and then I left it again. It's so many big ups and downs. Yeah.
So this German ISF team, were you the point man, the shot caller? Like, were you the leader in this team, or what was your role in the team?
That's a hard question. I mean, when Epic Gaming was created back in the times, I was pretty much the leader, and I had a big kiddie behavior, to be honest, and I was raging like hell when nothing worked. And so I just said to myself after Epic Gaming, I will never lead again because I'm a bad lead. And to Wireplay times, we got Spawn.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember, he
I
was the
spawn, yep.
main point man. Yeah, he was the main point man, and he was leading, and he was leading on his own style. I won't say it was bad, but it just was like, okay, when he rage, you do something good, and when he rages louder, you did something wrong. So yeah, we didn't have any good callers in the team. We just said 1, 2, and that was it. But I always tried to be a rifleman because
Hmm.
they forced me into it. Sniper was not my world, and Pointman never thought about Pointman, so it was always rifle. And I was not that good. I was good at the time when only M4 was allowed, but
Yep.
it was the only time.
Yeah, so before the ISF qualifier actually came about, you guys did compete in ICC. I think there was like 1 or 2 months right before, in between ICC and ISF. Um, you guys did really well in the group stage. You guys made it to the playoffs. You made it to the grand finals against Sweden. When you got to the grand finals there against Sweden, were you like, okay, we're a top two national team. ISF is right around the corner. We're going to the next ISF. Was that your mentality heading like into ISF?
The ICC 2013, you mean?
Yep. You played on Germany there.
Uh, this was I don't know how we made it into the finals. To be honest, we played against Finland in the semifinals and lost
Yeah.
the map 8-1 or 8-2, and we just want to rematch 8-1 or 8-0. We on dual side. I can remember that good because I think it was the only game I had in the ICC which I had a good score. But but in the end, it was something surprisingly, and in the grand finals we were just Germans. I would say we all had the blockade in our heads because it's Kimper, don't go around the corner, Kimper,
Yeah.
Kimper, Kimper up here, and we weren't able to play our best because we thought, okay, we just get wrecked by Kimper anyway. It was just this time, but I wasn't more confident because of the ICC because
Mhm.
my team wasn't practicing that much.
Yeah, so, well, if that's the reason why you lost, what did you guys try to fix for ISF, or did you make roster changes for those reasons?
We changed a lot. I mean, we tried this guy, we tried this positioning, we tried me a scope for 1 week. That was a hell of a fail, but we tried everything to get better. And in the end, we said, okay, Kroon, okay, Suriel is a good rifle, and Maybe we can get him, but it's not a German lineup anymore. It was so chaotic. I mean,
Hmm.
I even can't say what was the real lineup, what we tried really. We never stayed as a team together for a longer time. That was the main problem. And we never could reach something out of it because it's always new teams and our individual play wasn't that good like the others.
Yeah, so I mean, it kind of shows first round you played against Bit, the Belgium team. Dirty Bugger was on that team, one of your previous teammates, or future teammates as well. You guys lost to them 2-0 after you make it through ICC to the grand finals. Like, you lose first round compared to how well you did in ICC. How did that make your team feel?
We were just stomped in the head, I would say. I mean, there's a little success we get, and then we just said, okay, if we can beat them, normally we can beat a bit as well. And yeah, we just got wrecked. Um, the problem is with the Germans, I would say, to this time, they get pretty fast mad, including me. So we weren't able to get our confidence back to continue this until the end, like we normally would continue.
Hmm. Well, I mean, it seemed to work out after that. I mean, you made it all the way to the loser bracket semifinals where you had to play Finland, the one other team that's potentially could beat Sweden. Um, how did it feel to go into that game? I mean, I think the final score was like 2-1 or something. What did you feel about this game?
Like I said, the first two maps were pretty random because I didn't play really good on the map,
Yeah,
but on the last map I just raged a really good score, I would say. And it was so funny because after we lost 8, I think it was 8-2 on dual side last map, and we just were so mad and couldn't even, we didn't even communicate anymore. We
yeah,
just said, really, fuck yourself and do what you want, really. Uh, and that was it. And somehow we just won one more round, and then it was 6-0, I think. And we okay, we can do that. Just
yeah.
concentrate again. And then we lost the following round. Great. But yeah, we just won it. We were so I would say we weren't happy, but we were just like, haha, how the fuck could we do that? Yeah. But yeah, but to be honest, we didn't deserve it, I think.
Hmm.
I don't know what happened to Finland in the last map, but we didn't even play a good game. The last map.
Yeah. And so pretty much that was the end of the qualifier for you guys after that. Um, that was actually the end of 2013. There was no more international events or anything. Did you leave the Germans again? Like, what were you thinking after this qualifier? After you guys didn't qualify?
Oh, that was there were no competition anymore. It was only some ESL tournaments, and we just continue maybe playing one, two tournaments, and
Yeah.
then just quit again. It was because of some private problems between me and Spawn because we have some different yeah we wanted some different goals in AVA, and of course his friends, which always stay together with him, stayed at him. So I just left the team and just said, okay, today is the last day that I played in a German team, and it was the last day.
Yeah. You
So
didn't compete in ICC 2014 for Germany. Um,
no.
yeah. But I think 2014, you were gone for most of the year until 1 or 2 months before AIC was about to begin, and you just showed up with this Jack in the Box team, later known as Penta. And I
Yeah.
mean, all the players on this team, like Gravity, Surreal, Dirty Bugger, none of these players like were playing the game 24/7 or anything. They just all decided to make a team, and then you know what happened. But I mean, how did this team come together? Like, you guys didn't even seem active enough to be able to talk to each other to form a team.
I don't know. I mean, it was just like Gravity was a good friend because
Mm-hmm.
he played in River 7 Esports, and he just joined our Y Play, and what was it again? The name
MyRevenge?
of MyRevenge. Yeah, he just joined the second MyRevenge squad. The first one was the German squad. It was worse than the second squad, but anyway. He just joined us and we were just good friends. And then he just said, Epi, come back. I got two, three guys. We can just try to take part on the ISC. And I said, okay, why not? And in the end, we were four guys. And then we just asked Cyril. And Cyril joined us as well because he just had time. And that was the team. And we never changed everything anymore. We just played some clan wars and we didn't practice that much. I mean, I would say that we won something with the team based on individual play, not on
Hmm.
team play.
Yeah, I mean, at this time, 2014, it was pretty much you had Crackheads and Summer Fidelity as the established top two teams. They had been playing for the whole prior 6 months of the year. They looked very strong, each of them. I mean, people still thought Crackheads was the number one team. Of course, Summer Fidelity was that team that could potentially maybe upset them. But this Jack in the Box team, even their name sounded randy, and no one really gave them much credit. Did you guys think that hey, we could potentially come second here since two teams were going? Like, what did you guys think about your team like overall compared to Summer Fidelity and Crackheads?
Of course, Crackheads was our first seed in our head. We know we couldn't beat them, but we just hope that Semper Fidelity is not that good, and then they wrecked us twice in the
Yeah.
tournament. And yeah, then we saw the last match against Crackheads. It was 7-6, 7-6, 7-6 against Crackheads in the finals. We just thought, oh my, okay, these guys are not that bad. We just said, okay, go random, just play. It's over anyway. Just continue this last match. And yeah, somehow they made many mistakes and we just played good. But in our heads, we are, for myself, in my head, I just said, okay, we have no chance against him,
Mm.
against Safi. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, well, that loser bracket finals is probably one of the most historic games in all of AVA. Um, I mean, like, okay, it went to five maps, right? The final round
yeah.
went to 6-6. But before we get to that, what was your team's, like, their roles and how were you guys communicating with each other heading to that game with each of the maps as they were progressing? Like, what was your perspective on the series overall?
Yeah, we got normal lineups like Kroon is scoping. I mean, Surreal scoping. Gravity was the caller and pointman. What I'm at the moment in global, and the other three guys are just rifles.
Yeah,
And we just said, okay, try and make one push, two push. I mean, there were no tactics behind that. But I have to say, the whole game, the last game, was about Kroon because he got the big openings, and the rest of the team just tried to make it happen with the openings. And Gravity made a lot of openings as well. So there were no tactics behind there, but we just didn't speak about tactic as well. We just said, okay, just bring it to the end, and then surprisingly, okay, we won Black Sand. What happened there? Do we have a chance? Okay, we lost the following two maps, I think, but it was pretty funny to see that we were able to beat them. And they were shaky as well, and I think they were mentality stormed as well because they were so close to the LAN because of the 7-6 series against the Crackheads. So we just realized our chance after the first map, and we tried to do the best out of it. And in the end, it worked out.
well, let's not glance over that final. Actually, that final map. I mean, it was dual site. You guys, I believe it was 6-3 for your team, Jack in the Box. No
Yeah.
tactics. So basically, you guys somehow lost round after round after round. Eventually, Summer Fidelity got it to 6-6. Do you remember like what was going through your team's minds as like Summer Fidelity was slowly coming back round after round? And eventually, it's 6-6.
um, I think on this map, on this round, something happened to me which never happened to me before and won't happen again anymore. I think it was just I had a blackout in the whole round. I was just like doing the same thing like I did before, like pushing with Kia the double doors of dual
Mm-hmm.
side on attack, and I didn't realize that Leto got from inside one two kills. He got Kia, Kroon I mean, and he got Dirty Bugger,
Yep.
and I just continue playing like we had five guys still up, and I made a nade kill on Taz and
A
got the
sick nade kill
rotator.
on Taz. Inside of one
Yeah,
side, I think too.
yeah, but it was just random, I would say. But then I could hold the rotate. It was a 3-on-5, and we had not much time anymore, I think. But Cibolet got the kill on Tapi and could get a rotate as well. I mean, I don't know how we won this map, and I don't
Yeah.
know why Tess was in the corner that I can nade him, but everything went good for us. But I spoke to Suriel after the map, and he just said, I thought after I died, we just lost because they had
Yeah.
no trust in us anymore because he did the most of the job. But in the end, I was the guy who was top fragging, I think. But yeah, this map, this last round was like Stoner, the commentators just
Yeah.
said he was shaking, and every one of us was shaking even more. I think. I think I was the only one who was not shaking because I had a blackout while this round. I
Yeah.
can't explain that. I just was like, okay, do it, just do it. Just play.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter anymore. It's 3 a.m. If you want to go to bed, just finish your shit. And, and somehow we finished it. And yeah, it was a pity that I didn't record it because I was too sleepy to configure out my dictionary. But we were screaming so loud. Even my headphones were louder than my external
Yeah.
boxes. That was so sick, this feeling after that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you speak about Surreal. I mean, Surreal pretty much got you guys 5 rounds, pretty much in a row. He was 17-8 or something, something
Yeah.
very crazy there. So when he died, when Letu got that kill, then Letu got another kill really quickly. Um, Everyone thought it was over, but then 10 seconds later, it was 3-on-3. Another 10 seconds later, you guys had won the round. It blew everyone away, and it was definitely a match people need to go and rewatch again. But actually, that was your first time qualifying for an international event. Uh, did you feel a sigh of relief after playing for 5 years? Like, oh my gosh, finally qualified for something here.
Yeah, I was often at the point where I said, why do I still continue this? I mean, I'm wasting so much time to the game and doesn't reach anything. And yeah, that was the point where I said, okay, I can reach something. I got now the guys which are on a good level, which can improve myself and which can be a good team. And yeah, that's where I said, okay, just try it once more, just once more, and yeah, it worked out. In the case we wouldn't qualify, I just had a longer break. I would say. I mean, I was away like month, and I would continue this after the qualification of a ASC 2014, but then we just continued as a team. But all of us knew that after the ASC 2014, we will split up the team because we had some problems with some people inside. I mean, Gravity wanted to stop playing A.V.A because of skill, especially for us two. We were not that happy with Dirty Bugger's performance, and the only reason why I could stay inside as a worse player than Dirty Bugger, to be honest, was because Surreal and me were pretty good friends, I would say, and the team which were created after that was based on many friends of me as well. So
Hmm.
that was the only reason, but not of skill, I think.
Yeah, well, before we get to 2015, let's focus on how you guys performed in AFC Taiwan. Um, Again, both European teams came seventh. Um, Probably the worst I think EU has ever placed in at an international event, I think. Um, Before we get into that though, like how was Taiwan first of all when you landed there and you saw this totally different level of AVA esports compared to all these online stuff in Europe? What did you think about that?
I watched the interview of Kimper from you, and he said one sentence which completely described everything. It was like, "What the fuck are these Asians doing?" Um, we played against not the best teams which were there, to be honest, and even they were pretty good. We only had a good map, what 7-6 against Hong Kong, I think, on Black Sand, but the rest of the maps we were stomped by them. But it was another level, that's right. And we just were there like, okay, with individual play, you maybe can get one guy, but the four behind just kill you. So we were not surprised that we get stomped like that, but we were surprised how they play. And every one of us could get some information of it, like how can I improve myself, how can I improve my team, like they do, like they
Hmm.
does, I mean. And it was a great feeling, a great experience, and every one of us knew that we won't have any chance against this team. But I wouldn't say it was more than a holiday, but it was an experience we got. We just flew to there to see that, to enjoy what we reached, and yeah, of course we didn't deserve to win anymore because we didn't practice. We didn't practice once before ARC 2014. It was really like I said, it was a holiday for us, and we wanted to get so much experience from the Asian to improve ourselves with the right team because
Yeah.
before we flew, we knew that wasn't the right team. We couldn't improve like this, and nobody was happy with the team. So yeah, like I said, it was just a flight to improve, get information, get experience, to see crackheads, of course, and that's all.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What did you guys take away from the meta and the strategies that the agents were using? Like, did you guys actually get any like good intel on like how to improve your play or um
I I don't think we improved our team play. Every one of us, like the team now, everyone except one guy or two guys were Alliance before, and we analyzed them a lot. And now with the right team, we try to convert their their team play into our team play. But before we just got information for ourselves. Like when I'm a rifle, I just watch the best rifle of the HQ team and just watch how does he play, which guns does he play. But only these little things, not necessary for the team. I think
Yeah.
for the team play.
All right. So I mean, after AIC Taiwan, that's pretty much the end of what you did in 2014. I don't think you kept competing very much at all. Um,
Yeah.
what were you doing this time? Were you playing other games? Like, were you just waiting for 2015 to come around? Were you thinking about quitting?
I had a half year of global of Counter-Strike Global Offensive. I would say I met some German guys. We just continued playing some Face It
Yeah.
random plays. There were no plans in my game, and I just play randomly. Try to figure out a little bit more my real life and meeting more friends. It was just like okay, just put a little bit down, calm down with the gaming, and just start something else. Watch the games, what could be interesting, and then yeah, then in the end I came back to AVA. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always.
Were you going to come back to AVA when AIC was going to be announced, or were you not planning on coming back regardless of AIC?
I think I'm not sure. I think I started very early in 2015, didn't I?
Yeah, you started early because of AWC was announced.
Oh,
That's probably what
when was it announced?
AWC was announced March of 2015.
That could be possible. Yeah, that was a time where I met a guy. Everyone know at the moment it's Xtelcore.
Yeah.
I met him in 2014, in October, November, something like this. And in the beginning, I just thought, okay, another German hacker, fucking idiot. But we came together pretty early, and he just proved that he is a hell of a sniper. And I said, okay, come on, just make a team. And we made Insignia,
Yep.
known as some other names, and Insignia just played with other German guys, German real life friends of Delcor. And when AFC was announced, we tried it with the German team,
Hmm.
but in the end it was a random team with Mr. Gold, a Belgian player, without Delcor because he wasn't able to travel, he wasn't allowed to play. But I think AFC 2015 was just a last attempt to play with a random team and then make a really good team. And it didn't work out anyway because the team was made 2 weeks ago
Yeah.
before ARC. It was just chaotic. Now nobody of us just thought that we got a single person of a chance.
Yeah. So before you had made this team, when you had heard of AWC, what did you think about the format? Like, it's a league, and and at the end, the best one or two teams qualify compared to a 2-day qualifier like AIC. What did you think about that? Do you think it was better, worse? Like, what
You mean the
thoughts?
AWC?
Yeah, AWC.
Yeah. To be honest, the first three AWC tournaments, I wasn't really into the information. I didn't know what happened and why it's called AWC tournament. We didn't even play that much, but you see, I started on the February Cup. It
With
was a
Celsia.
normal cup for me with Celsius, and we just won it.
Yeah.
Um, but I left after that because just Zip said it's not. I'm not important for the team anymore. Yeah, we had still friends, and I just said, okay, if you don't need me, I just stepped in for you, I just helped you. But the following cups, we just play for fun. We just play third and fourth and something like this. And yeah, and I think in June I realized, okay, there's something special. Just watch it, and yeah, it was the AWC, and uh, then it came to Taz's decision to make a
Yeah.
new team.
What was Taz's like mindset making this global team? Like, do you know like what he was thinking? Like, how to include you to the team? Like your role as a point man? Like, how did he make the team from his mind? Do you think?
Global was existing from the first AWC day, I
Yeah.
think, and it was the team with Taz friends. I mean,
Yeah.
half of Finnish guys, Ganja, something like this. I'm not sure who was in the team, but he always played third or second. Yeah, I think it was always third, or third, fourth to make some points there. And he realized, I think, that he has no chance against Celsius and to this point Andromeda, known as Crackheads, anymore. And he was playing for 2 or 3 years together with Core, with ex-Delcore.
Yeah.
And he was a good friend of mine. So Delcore just said, okay, Taz is the only sniper I can play with. So we just thought about a two-man scope setup. And course just said to me, okay, you're not on your best performance with rifle. Just try once point man. And I tried it, and surprisingly, I was a main point man then. And then we just searched two other guys. We put in Peter Reves as well. He
Yeah.
came from Insignia as well. And then we've had Mr. Gold, and he preferred CSGO than AVA, so he hadn't that much time, and he was pretty much the caller in the team. That was the only reason why he stood in the team for more than 2 months.
Yeah.
But then Taz said I should try to call because I already made it sometimes, and we just kicked Mr. Gold because nobody was happy with him. And yeah, then Core said, "Let's get Kroon, let's get Zuriel," and he joined, and I think it was the best decision we could make for the team. And that was pretty much all. Tess just said, "Okay, I kick everyone out of global except me and get a completely new lineup." Was risky, but in the end it worked out for him. So good decision by him.
Yeah, and did you know that first cup you played with Global, if you hadn't have knocked Andromeda down to a 5th, 6th finish, you got that Global team wouldn't have had any potential chance of actually qualifying unless they had won 4 cups. What did you think about that? Like your stats, your percentage chance of actually making it out of this whole AWC league this far in was so low, but yet you still joined this team and wanted to compete. Oh, are you crazy?
For myself, not, because I was the guy who say, okay, let's rock 2016, just forget this shit AWC. And Tess would say, no, just continue, okay? And so I saw the following tournaments, like, okay, it's a practicing tournament for us for 2016 to get team play, to create a team, and somehow we won it. And we saw, okay, what the fuck just happened in the loser bracket? Rocket Heat just beat out Andromeda.
Yeah,
They had like 5 points only, and we got a complete 45 points. And okay, we are in back. So Tess said, okay, just continue now. I said, yeah, of course. Now we got a chance. Now I'm interested in.
yeah,
But nobody could think about that point that Andromeda had a bad day like this, or just were mentality not on the point. I don't know what happened there. I mean, they played with the main lineup. Even
yeah.
Kimper were there. And yeah, to this point, a big thanks to the Team Rocket Heat. They made it
Hmm.
possible. But yeah, it was a pretty sick feeling that we are back into and got a chance. But we knew our pressure. We had to win every single tournament, and
Yeah,
Celsius improved like hell with Timmy Porno. I mean, Timmy Porno was in the time
yeah.
when AWC was running one of the best scopes. Yeah, it was a hell of a work to do for us, but Andromeda made the mistakes and we took the advantage of it.
Yeah, I can just see you smirking behind the monitor every time Andromeda places outside of the top two, just laughing your way to the top. But yeah, after that cup, from AP5 to 7, you guys beat Andromeda and then Celsia, um, in 2 of the cups, AP7 and AP5. You did that. AP6, you guys lost to Celsia, but then you beat Andromeda. So every cup you beat Andromeda, the team that had 3 8-point cups, right? So you guys were tied for 8-point cups heading to that AP7. Uh, what did you think about that?
Um, I think it was a little bit ridiculous
Yeah.
because normally the guy who was scared about the team was me. It was about Kimper and like, okay, just play not that fast, take your time, getting raped after that, like
Hmm.
always. But it was a little bit otherwise. Like they were so scared of the scopes, I would say about Tess and Core, they didn't play like they normally does. And you see, you got so much opportunity and just could push because they were so scared. Normally, I know like Witsi and Seta, they're just pushing like no respect. But
Yeah.
when they had to compete Core and Tez, they didn't do it once. I mean, if I remember right, we never had to hold a push from Andromeda.
Hmm.
Normally, you play with 2 pointments fast the Black Sand, yeah, and
Yeah.
they never did it against us. They played so slowly, like okay, Kim just tried to get the 2 scopes and then we push something like this. I felt they want to play, but when I joined the team global, I had so much support by core and chess mentality. So I just said, okay, just push. In case you die, you got two amazing scopes behind you. So that makes you play otherwise. That makes you play
Hmm.
more competitive and better. But yeah, it was like Andromeda was scared of us. I
Yeah.
mean, not scared of losing their spot, but in the beginning, I mean, but they were pretty scared about losing. They was pretty much scared about core and Tess.
Yeah. So, well, Celsia from the whole AWC season, they were the most consistent team. They eventually came first in the whole season. But with the end of AP7, with you guys winning it and beating Andromeda, you guys were tied for cup wins with Andromeda and tied for second. So then we go to this tiebreaker, best of five tiebreaker. It goes 2-2. Were you surprised that it went to a fifth map? Like, did you think you guys were just going to take it 3-0 or 3-1 or something?
Like I said in the interview after that, I mean,
Yeah.
we banned Black Sand, and we were so confident that Andromeda is not able to beat us on a single map normally, and they beat us on our main map, India.
Yeah.
And we were wrecked mentality after that, and just said, what the fuck just happened? We never lost India to any other team
Yep.
since we exist, yeah. And then we could win their maps like Hammerblow, and yeah, we didn't understand anything anymore. Why we do win maps that we never practice, and why we loses maps that we are so good on it.
Yep.
But yeah, it was surprisingly. I didn't think that they just wrecked them 3-0. Don't get me wrong,
Mm-hmm.
because they got 1 week to practice really, really hard, and yeah, but I didn't think that we lose this kind of maps.
Yeah. Do you think it's because Taz was there, or was it just Andromeda had practiced a little bit and somehow we're surprising you on your best maps? What do you think?
That was that was the point where I realized how much team play I got with Tess. I
Yeah.
mean, Tess normally plays with me on every spot on defense, and he supports me like hell, and I support him really good, and we just read our minds perfectly. And Mango's come in, and he played really good. Don't get me wrong, but he couldn't know how Tess and I play, so we had to
Mm-hmm.
figure out some things in the game, and we couldn't practice that much because we got him pretty early in the team. But yeah, it was pretty chaotic. But I think, of course, it would be easier to play with Taz with the main
Yeah.
lineup. But Andromeda had the same disadvantage, so I wouldn't say yeah, we would be better winning 3-0. It was both got a big disadvantage. One of the player missed and couldn't play. But I would say at least I would say we would win India, even if they have
Yeah.
their main lineup, if we got Taz because they
Yeah.
always broke through two, and normally they don't break through two.
Yeah. So fifth map then. It scores tied 2-2. Winner of this gets to go. You're in the situation again. It's almost kind of like Summer Fidelity and Crackheads back in 2013, where you're on this dark horse team, and you just come back and surprise everyone. Um, Again, fifth map though. That's kind of like the atmosphere that you're in. What did you think about that map? I mean, it was fox hunting, right? That you guys played?
The last map was fox hunting,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
What do you think? I think it was 6-0 directly right off the bat, right?
It was 6-0, yeah.
Yeah.
From yeah, it was 6-0 on defense. I mean, fox hunting was a map. It's a critical map for us because our defense is so strong, I would say, but our attack is not that good. We
Mm-hmm.
only have one tactic on fox hunting.
Rush
We
seller.
still have. Yeah, we still have only one tactic. We have to improve that next week. It's the only map which misses before we fly. But yeah, it was everything worked out for us. I mean, Core had his game of his life, I would say, in the no, on the second round when Kroon had the DC. He made a good, huge 1 versus 3 clutch.
Mm-hmm.
But every one of us played really good. We just tried to make risks to push the mansion and got the bomb there. Everything went our way. I mean, it could have gone either way. If they started on defense, I think it wouldn't be that 7-0. But
Yeah.
yeah, we just took the advantage of the map we got, and we just took the advantage of the site we got. The defense was always good on our team on every map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, winning like that on Fox Hunting is also good too because that's a map that you're pretty much going to be guaranteed to play in Asia. I'm pretty sure. It's always played just like Aslan is also played a lot as well. Um, Heading into the Asian scene here, what are the top three things you've worked on the most to try and deal with the Asian competitive scene and how they're different, how their meta is different from us?
Um, we try, especially mine. I mean, I'm gonna make the tactics for now for the team. I'm the caller.
Mm-hmm.
Since Global exists with this lineup, and I watched a lot of Asian games. And one team I really respect and really love to see play is Rekrish.
Yeah.
Um, of course, we needed some tactics on Aslan, and I would say we completely copied on them on Aslan because their game style fits to ours. Pretty
Mm-hmm.
aggressive, using two scopes in a way that helped us a lot. And I would say Vickers is the only team which could make us problems on really make us problems on Aslan because they're playing the same style like us.
Yeah,
But the rest of the teams will be hard to play as well. It's hard to say. I mean, we
yeah,
are we are we are meeting up against Asian teams which are so strong, which investing so much practice time, getting paid for it, and
yeah,
yeah, and they have even more possibilities to practice. I mean,
yeah.
what we got at the moment, just hackers and some random scrims. That's everything. But yeah, we will give our best to not get stomped there. At least getting 2 or 3 wins there would be amazing.
Yeah, well, we actually know what the format is like now. It's basically three groups, with the first seed in the group being from the top AWC regions and Recreation being the one seed for the third group. Basically, you could go there, play 2 games, and be out. How does that make you feel?
That's good because it's not like, okay, we fly there, lose one, and then go back. We are able to play a little bit more games, and I like the system really much. To even if we get stomped 3 times 7-0 in the worst case, we can see 3 different teams we can play
Yeah,
against, and we're gonna fly one day earlier and can play a lot of in the internet coffee against match channel against Asians, and we will try to use the time as much as possible. And I think there won't be that much sightseeing even after we are out of the tournament. We will sit there and just analyze them to improve and to get in 2016 prepared as pretty good, as good as possible, I would say. I don't forget that we still get Celsius in our back. I mean, we are analyzing the Asian teams as much as possible, but I think when we get in the same group like Celsius, they're at least that dangerous like the other Asian teams because they are so good at the moment and they practice a lot as well. So it will be hard. But in the end, I just think it's a 15 hours flight for me to improve myself in gaming, to see other world, to see other gaming styles, and I think it's worth to do it.
yeah. What three teams would you want? Well, what two other teams would you want in your group, if you could pick them?
Of course, Celsius,
Mm-hmm.
because they are not that dangerous like the others. I would like to go on the group of Recreation,
Yep.
because we know their game style, we analyze them at the best. And the last team is not necessary for us. I mean, every other team who is competing in this tournament are on the same level. Maybe HQ and Clan Heat a little bit better, but they are already seeded in other groups, so it
Yep.
will be one of the other teams. And I agree with everyone. I would like to meet the Hong Kong team again, but is
Yep.
there a Hong Kong team? Is there a Hong
Yeah,
Kong team?
there's two Chinese teams, but it's Hexakill and one other team, but I don't remember. Like, it's different rosters and everything, and they haven't been confirmed yet, so we don't quite know yet.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
just a random team. Who I don't care. But I would like to go in the same group like Celsius and Recreation for our best chances. But to get the most experience, of course, Celsius shouldn't be in our group. That we can play more against other teams
yeah.
that
So
we don't know.
do you think you'll be able to make it out of groups regardless of what teams you get? Like, are you confident in that, or are you guys thinking, well, we'll try to go through the wild card tourney?
That's a good question. I trust in our lineup, but the problem is Mangos couldn't really show his best performance yet, even in practice. He's a good scope and he's always good when he plays against us, like yesterday. But when he plays with us, it seems he's not on his best level. But I don't know either how they play on LAN because I'm
Mm-hmm.
the only one in a team together with Taz and Kroon who played LAN before, and I don't know if they can handle the. No, wait, Mangos was LAN as well, I think.
Yeah,
But yeah, I just think it will surprise us. Maybe we
yeah,
deliver, maybe not. I can't say. We try to play our best, and this time we are prepared and got some tactics and got a lot of support by other guys, and I think we will do a lot of better than AIC 2014. But don't forget, we play against the best in the world, so it will be
yeah.
a hard game. It will be a hard game against any one of them.
So just final question on AWC then is, do you think now with Celsia and Global going, these are the best two teams EU has ever sent, and do you think this could potentially be the best opportunity for EU to place as best as they ever have before?
I think that's my personal opinion now when I say
Yeah,
Crackheads was good and Andromeda is not that good because just Kimber was always the impact in the team.
yep,
Maybe the key why the rest of the team played very good, but since he is not that on the same level anymore, and Core and Tess and Timmy Porno feeling so easy to scope came out, the team is not the best at the moment. So at the moment we are the best teams on EU, 100% I would say. But whoever sent it's maybe too big because in the time when Kim was pretty good, he their team of Crackheads was at least on the same level like Celsius and
Hmm.
Crackheads. So I think we got better chance than Crackheads because we have tactics. We played more together, and Crackheads always based on individual skill, I would say. But
Hmm.
they had always unluck as well. Like watch the last group they had. They had HQ and Clan Heat in their group. It's hard to say how they had delivered when they didn't have the best two teams in the world last
Yeah.
time in IRC. So it's hard to say.
All right. Well, I think that's about it for AWC. I mean, well, I guess of course the AK-12 is banned though, and there's all these other different guns that you guys will be using compared to what you guys were using here in AWC. Are you guys well practiced with these guns? Do you guys know what guns you guys are actually going to be using individually?
um, I'm the only one who won't use any red ticket guns. I'm gonna use the X R95,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's an easy gun I would say. I got very luckily with the gun because I think without the gun I wouldn't be that good. But the two rifles of our team, Kroon and Peter, won't use the Proto. They hate this gun. I hate it
Hmm.
as well. They're gonna
Yeah.
play AK-47 Lion, I think, or Kia will play Para. I mean, I
That would be
can't
fun to
understand why.
see.
Yeah, that would be really fantastic. I mean, he played it yesterday, first time, and he said, "Okay, fuck this game. I'm gonna play Para. Proto's so shit," and he just wrecked the enemies. But let's see what happens. I mean, I got so much trust in Kia that he knows what he do, so I don't care
Yeah.
which gun he play. He could play MP5, I don't care. But yeah, the two scopes gonna play FRF Legend or the new scope M190. Um, I think these guns are not that necessary like the Asians does. I mean, they use Proto to 90%, and you're not seeing often a guy playing AK-47 Lion. But the problem is Kia even can't practice at the moment with the AK-7 Lion because he has
Hmm.
no. So yeah, we will see what will happen. But I won't. I don't want to see these guns on ESL really. So the red ticket cup you tried with Mifsky, I
Uh-oh.
already said I already said I'm not happy with the guns because it makes bad guys very good in the game, and yeah, it's I don't want to see it. Blue guns are okay since the Kraken got nerfed, but red ticket, please don't continue this.
Well, it actually leads us into the next part here. Your favorite meta, basically in AVA. Like, so, which subset of guns and armor did you like the most? Like, all the way back to the M4 AK days with the Sako, or the Para with the MK3 M4, and the Varesk a little bit there too, or where it just went full like Para AK-12, guns like that. Which area do you think you like? 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014?
I think 2015 is the best because you spent US Altman and the rest spent so much years to improve the rules that it's perfectly and as good as possible for everyone. And I think 2015 is the best part because the Kraken is in, everyone can use it, but it's still nerfed. But I think there are so many guns now outside and inside the rule that we can use or not use. That's perfect. I think 2015 is the best for me, I think.
All right, that's good.
Except after one Red Ticket Cup.
All right. Well, we'll apologize for that later. But basically, you look at Asia, right, and you see they have teams that are sponsored like CS:GO teams in Europe, right?
Mm.
You look at Shaka; he's getting endorsed by all these products and his sponsors. He goes and does little speeches all the time. And then you have ESL and the European scene, and you guys compete in one Demolition Cup a month, and you maybe get to do an interview like this once a year. What do you think about the contrast between the regions? Like, are you disappointed in how AV is right now, or do you think that's how it's going to be forever?
That's a good question because I think for myself I'm pretty happy with the game, but on the other side, on the other hand, I'm not happy. I mean, I'm happy because AVA is not that known in EU and not that the guys are not happy with the gameplay because it's so laggy. But that brings us to a point where I don't have that much competition and can win this land so easily, you know. But on the other hand, I would like to see grow up AVA as well to have more competition as well, but not that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, we can get I mean, every player who tries to play ESL dreams about flying somewhere and playing, I think, and reach something in the game and not wasting his time in the game.
Hmm.
And I wouldn't do that so easily in my life when A.V.A was that big like CSGO.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with the situation, but I'm unhappy with the situation as well. So it's a hard question. It's not able to answer in one direction.
Well, what do you think a couple of improvements would be to the scene, like cash prizes and stuff like that? Like, what do you think would have the best impact on the scene?
I think cash is the only thing that improve the community. I mean, in game, there were always some idiots who spent thousands of euro to get unnecessary guns which won't help them in ESL, like just
Hmm.
prestige to have it. But I think Cash would get gather some guys who like saying, okay, I have no chance in CS:GO, just try it in AVA, like Skadoodle did. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't say that he had no chance in CS:GO, but I just said he just came to AVA, just wrecked everyone with his knowledge he already got, and was so easy to get on the LAN. And yeah, I think Cash would help a lot.
All right. And basically, how do you compare skill to AVA right now? Because skill is just taking off in Europe right now. I mean, there's sponsored cash prizes all the time each month. Spoke about gravity. I think there's like in total like nine. If you took all the AVA players that went to skill, there's nine teams that they could make uh,
Um,
in skill. Like, what do you think about that? Like, compare the two communities together.
I never played that much skill. I just tried it out once, and it was pretty funny. I tried Crossfire as well, but I think when AVI shuts down the servers because, or not, won't be competitive anymore because Red Duck doesn't support it anymore. I think skill will be the game which I will join with Delcore, but
Hmm.
I don't know what the rest of the team will do. But at the moment, we don't think about it because we just concentrate on 2016 and 17. I think the contracted for AVI were signed up
Yeah.
for these 2 years, yeah, at least for AWC. No, for AIC, I think. Sorry, but we're gonna focus on that, and after that we're gonna decide pretty soon. But I think skill has a lot of advantages with the servers and the anti-cheat.
Hmm.
Gravity already told me that skill doesn't have that much hacker. When you see
Yeah.
AVA, it's like every round has a hacker, like Warrock back to times.
All right. So, getting to the end of the interview here, basically, what is your best moment so far in AVA throughout your entire career? Can you pick just one moment that you think is the best?
Normally, I would say it was the Taiwan trip, but to be honest, it was the point when Global came together.
Yeah.
I mean, when I look back now, I have to say, I mean, of course, the Taiwan thing was a great experience, but to play now on the team finally arrived after 5, 6 years of playing
Hmm.
randomly, found a team which I fit in, which I feel good, and which we can really reach something that feels like I just arrived somewhere,
Hmm.
just arrived at home, and that feels so comfortable that I don't want to leave anymore. And when I can decide between joining global or just having a free tip, I would ever joining global. And again,
Hmm. All right. So, I believe you stream on Twitch and you also put out video edits on one of your YouTube channels. Do you?
so what did you say about my children?
You put video edits out on your YouTube and you stream on Twitch, right?
Yes, that's right. Yes, yes.
All right. So, where can they find you on there?
At the moment, my YouTube channel converted in a community channel. I would say it's AWA Esport at the moment, and
Hmm.
you can find it on my Facebook. You can find everywhere where I'm in, and even
Yeah.
if you go to Twitch, Chris Chris König. Yeah, it's you can find it everywhere.
All
I
right.
just try to make the esports scene a little bit higher and showing some what Asians does. And on Twitch, I just play with random guys with my team as well. And not that often with global because when we play together, we're always speaking over tactics. It's not that good to show that
Yeah.
on stream, but it's always funny. And even hackers are not competition anymore for us, like you see on the last video. So yeah, you can find me everywhere where you put in my name, i3p1, I think.
Yeah. Make sure you guys go check him out on YouTube because he has a really hilarious Manghost Ace clip there on somewhere. It's hilarious. Make sure you guys watch it. It's very embarrassing. But any final shoutouts there, Chris, to your teammates or anyone else?
Yeah, of course, a big thanks to everyone of the global team, to Taz, to Kroon, Peter, and Core, and a special shout out I would say to Mr. Gold as well. I mean, we are not that big friends anymore, but he had a big impact to make the team, to be honest. And watching back to the history, I could thank so many guys, even without the Ripper, the guy who's dead. Um, he helped me out of having the ESL barrage. So there happened so much in the whole history, and I can't even thank a half of the guys. I don't have the time for it now,
Yeah.
but I just want to thank everyone who helped me in the whole history I got in this game, and to finally land there where I wanted to land. And a special shout out to Core, because he's still in the team, he's still supporting us, even does he know that he won't fly, and he has a big character, I think. Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck in Japan in about 10 days or so. You guys will start competing then. Yeah. Thanks for coming on to the show.
Thanks for the interview, and see you the next days.
All right.